YouTube, welcome to my channel, Anna Bella. Today I'm doing a film review. I'm reviewing the film Harriet Tubman. It came out in 2019. A simple Google search on Harriet Tubman will tell you that she is an American. She's a former slave. She's an American abolitionist, political activist, Civil War scout, spy, nurse, suffragist for the women's right to vote, and civil rights activist. She's one of the most famous civil rights activists in the world, besides Martin Luther King Jr., the black civil rights leader, not Martin Luther, the white German monk. Okay? 3 separate people. Harriet Tubman, American abolitionist. Martin Luther King Jr., American civil rights leader, also black. Martin Luther, German, former monk, lawyer, wrote the Bible in German and helped form the Lutheran Protestant movement. 3 people, very, very different, all changed the world. Now, this film is interesting. Its visual palette is aimed at a younger audience than the most excellent 12 Years a Slave. It is softer. Harriet Tubman was born in 1822 and she died in 1930. She was 5'2". Her height is extremely important. It's the fact that she is a small woman of colour who is a black African American. She is able to do what she did. If she was taller, she would have been seen and caught. She is going to be on the $20 bill in America. She is played excellently by Cynthia Erivo. There is a lot of soul music in this movie. They use flashbacks to describe Harriet's life. She had a really hard life. She was born in Maryland as a slave, where her name was Minty Ross, and she worked for the Brodress family. She eventually managed to escape by walking. She walked all the way to New York and met up with the abolitionists who were there in New York and basically took charge of the Underground Railroad. She started saving people. She went back, saved her family, saved her friends. She saved over 70 people. And this film illustrates that. What is really interesting is Harriet was deeply religious, as many people were at the time. She was a Methodist. She was deeply, deeply religious. She had 2 husbands, though not at the same time, and she had 1 adopted daughter called Gertie. She couldn't read or write. And what is most interesting is Harriet Tubman got hit on the head with a large metal weight by one of these overseers, supervisor of slaves. It caused her pain and hypersomnia. And it also gave her visions and dreams. And Harriet, being the deeply religious slave that she was, she believed that God was calling her to do this mission. Hence why she had the nickname American Moses. It's fascinating stuff. There is a lot of soul music, as you would expect in a film of this kind. It covers the Civil War as well, though not in detail. It does do the Underground Railroad justice, and it does do Harriet's former life as a slave, and actually the relationship between Harriet, who was a child, and one of the children of her slave owners' relationship is key to the whole story of this. It's fascinating, it's respectful, it respects the time, it uses language of the time correctly, it doesn't gloss over things, but it is not as horrific as the most excellent 12 Years a Slave. That doesn't mean that it's a softer film. It just means that you could leave your 12-year-old watching it and not have to worry about them being overly traumatised, like if you left them to watch 12 Years a Slave. That doesn't mean that they've whitewashed it or anything. It is there. It's the fact that Harriet Tubman's story is a story of self-empowerment, self-discovery, and self-belief and faith, which is something that, whilst you're watching this, you wouldn't expect, but it is, and it might jar with modern temperaments and attitudes and things, but actually, Harriet's faith is massive. If she didn't have the faith that she had, she wouldn't have left. It's a great film. There are some wonderful flashbacks. I really enjoyed it, weirdly enough. Out of 5, I would give it a 4. It was very good, but it just sort of, it kind of peters off, which is kind of wrong because it shouldn't be petering off. Harriet eventually gets a very large house that she lives in with her family, and she's under constant protection basically by the political powers of America because of everything that she has done. She is a target throughout the whole of her life. At the end of the Civil War, she wasn't just somebody who, one, she escaped, two, she led others to escape, three, she was a soldier in the American Civil War, which is really bizarre because she's this 5'2" woman who is black. And you just sort of think, this is unheard of. Why haven't we heard more about American women like her? Why aren't we telling everybody? And it's to do with sexism in America, because not only is Harriet black, but she's also a woman. And it's interesting that Harriet spent the second half of her life after the Civil War defending women's rights and women's political suffrage and wanting women to become more politically active in America. And that's still a cause that is going on today. I mean, it's just, I mean, we're in 2021. Joe Biden's got the first ever gender balanced cabinet in America, and he's got the first biracial vice president who happens to be female. Yeah, it's taken that long. America is a slow learner, but it's getting there. My goodness, yes, some of this movie is controversial and it does clash, but that's American history for you. A lot of America is, you have one point of view, you have another, and they don't meet in the middle, they clash. There is a lot of soul music, a lot of earthy music, the tones, there's a lot of actual nature. Nature is a character in this film almost. The river, the Mississippi River, plays a huge role in this. It's really, really good explaining her origins, the railroad, the Civil War kind of get glossed over a little bit, and then the ending is somewhat sickly sweet. Because for Harriet, she has achieved her ultimate. She gets to speak at political lunches and dinners to various people because she is so incredible. Here is a woman who not only was a slave, she managed to escape, and she's able to tell her story to convince others that nobody should be owning. People cannot own people. It is wrong. And she says it so forcefully and so directly that you cannot come out with any other opinion that slavery is wrong. Anyway, I've talked enough. It is a most excellent film. Go check it out. It was only made in 2019. That's when it came out. And it is literally, I'm going to be free or I'm going to die, says the 5'2" short black woman who managed to walk all the way from Maryland to New York. Just saying. Yes, she's absolutely extraordinary and incredible. Amazing. The film is very, very good. 4 out of 5 stars. Please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I can't believe I'm reviewing a film from 2019. Wonder Woman 1984. Yes, I am planning to review that soon. And also the new 4-hour-long Zack Snyder Justice League, which has gone absolutely mental. Yes, I will be reviewing those. When? I don't know, because it's 2021 and everything's crazy. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for the support. Bye!